Hello YouTubers, I'm now going to do this video on what's in my bag, my bug out bag, and also it's also my camping bag in case whenever I go camping, I take it and actually use what's in my bag for my survival issues and whatnot, and train with what's in my bag so I am more aware and capable of what I want to accomplish. This is U.S. military surplus Vietnam style bag with the frame. I guess I'll start with the front pocket right here. This is my survival mess kit situation, my cooking kit, U.S. Army, plain, simple. It's a, let's see, what year was this? I can't remember where it shows. I think it's on the inside. They all, if it's U.S. military, it shows somewhere what year it was. Can't remember where it was. Well, screw it. Alright. But you've got it's got a lot of junk in here too. I've got a cooking pot. I've got a dinner plate. Now on the mess line situation, you would go to the mess line like this. They would drop your shit there. You'd hold it right here, and that's how you used them. They're mainly a chow plate, more or less going through a mess hall and used, but they will work for cooking. I've cooked many things in this. But I have a plate. I've got this. I can use it as a double boiler. You know, there's all sorts of uses. I have, which I could go for all the aftermarket cooking spoons and all that stuff, but I find the little bit of comfort by having a regular fork and regular spoon. The little bit of comfort I get from this, I like. Plus, if something ever happened and I needed a frog gig and I wasn't worried about destroying this, I can hammer this sucker out flat, sharpen the points, and have me a frog gig on the end of the stick and catch me some frogs. I have two of the brake flares, or not flares, but the glow sticks. They're 12-hour green glow sticks. This one's a green one. This one's a yellow one. Just for different reasons, you know, if you need a little bit of light, or you're trying to signal, or whatever you may find a use, you know, it's a good emergency lighting situation if you have to have it. I have another fire steel. My first one's my big one here, that's my main one, but I have a secondary here that I have where I can strike and produce, plus it has the magnesium block to it too. I have a skinning knife. I didn't have a sheath for it, so I couldn't put it in the sheath, but I have a skinning knife with a hole so I can get in there and skin an animal or whatever I may need. It's really sharp. I keep it sharp so I can use it. I have a Coleman salt and pepper setup. You can usually buy these at Walmart. They're not very much, like $2 or $3. Got pepper in the bottom, salt in the top. It gives me a little bit of seasoning. You know, the little things that you probably could do without is the ones that really keep your spirits up in a survival situation. You know, something simple as this, you know, a little bit of salt on your food, you know, could be the difference between, you know, losing hope and fed up with eating what you're eating to, you know, having a little bit of flavor and actually be able to keep trucking for a little while longer. Plus, salt is good for your system when you're sweating out a lot of fluids and stuff. Salt will help hold fluid. I have a small pair of channel locks. Just simple, cheapy. I think these were like $1.50 or something at Lowe's. They're even Chinese. You know, they're not even American. But, well, darn it. This gives me the ability that if I was using this pan or this, I can click it on the end, and I got a makeshift handle that I can pick a can out of the fire or whatever, so my hands ain't messing with this. It gives me something to hold on to that I can unhook, keep cool, come in when I need to, hook to something, pull it off the fire or whatever. That can be you know, multi-used. That's the only thing in that bag. This side I got my shaving kit. I also have my binoculars. You know, in a survival situation, you might want to be able to see down yonder before you get down yonder. and this might be something that might actually save your life. Get the best ones you can afford. These are sports stadium style. I don't even know if they still make these. I've had these probably at least 7 to 8 years. They're good. They got these little flaps that flop up where you can seal around your eyes. They're adjustable. I like them. They do a good job, and they manage to where I can see. I have my shaving kit in this little bag. In the shaving kit, I have everything from one of them little ShamWow type things. If it gets a little moisture off of my face after I shave and dry it a little, it's worth it. Plus, it gives me a little bit of a towel to wash off with, whatever I need to do. It gives me a little towel. I also have, it was impossible for me to find for a shaving kit the old style brush that you would have to lather and apply. So I was looking through Lowe's and just happened to find a paintbrush. This one's got really soft bristles. I broke the handle off so it would fit in my bag easier. And this thing lathers good. I couldn't argue with it. I've used it. It does a good job. It was just a 1-inch setup. I think it was only like $2. If you can't find what you're looking for, think outside the box. There might be something sitting right next to you that you've never realized. Right here is my straight razor. It is a China one. No, wait. Pakistan. It's a Pakistan. I thought it was a China. I was wanting the U.S. military one that they used to issue. Couldn't find one. Found this in the pawn shop. It was cheap. The blade was in good shape. Why not? I've got it razor sharp. She does the job. I also have another form of fire starting situation. It is a 100% beeswax with a petroleum jelly setup. See if I can get a little closer where you can see it. Okay. This and the other stuff that I used that was in the previous video, I got at a Dollar Tree or Dollar General or one of them. They ain't much. This works just the same as this other stuff for a fire starting setup. This actually will burn longer than petroleum jelly or this other stuff. Actually, the reason I have this is more for the emergency candle. Plus, it being 100% beeswax, you can use it like a lip balm type situation to moisturize your lips or whatnot. It's got other uses that you can use it for. It's actually a hair gel like stuff, but I find it useful, so I put it in my bag. And here is the soap, the shaving soap. It's like a little block in a little container. Got it at Walmart. It gives you the ability, you put a little moisture on your brush, you lather up, and you just dab it, and then you shave. Really useful. I think I might have $15 in the entire shaving kit, but the benefit is I've got I've got sharpener setups and everything in here from other knives, plus I got one that'll handle sharpening that. That gives me the ability to sharpen it, and she will last as long as I need it to. So, versus a throwaway blade that you use 2 or 3 times and it's dead, this one I can use and use and use and use and use and use and use some more. In the little front pocket on my shaving kit, I've got a mirror. It was a dollar store. It was cheap, but it was worth what I gave for it. It ain't my personal preference. It's purple, female-y, but has 2 little small mirrors, which gives me the ability of flashing for help. But it also gives me the ability I can sit it up, shave, I can see what I'm doing. I'm secure enough in my manhood to not worry about a pink darn makeup mirror. don't bother me, so I don't care. Over here was my fire starting stuff. I've done showed you that in the previous video. Good stuff. You know, plain simple. Use my head instead of my dollar. Up here I have a machete. I'll have to start this video here in a little bit. Time's getting a little long. It is a Eagle Knives. I changed the handle. It had just a crappy handle. I used paracord. Paracord is always something useful. In these knives where the handle and the blade are one piece of metal, it's really nice because if something happens and I got to use this paracord to build a shelter or whatever, the knife is still usable because the handle is still there. It's just metal though. But, you know, it's good. I keep it sharp. I just have it stuck in behind the pocket for safekeeping. This knife is a military style. It's got the blade, like Rambo type knives, you know. It's got a aluminum black handle. It's got some survival gear inside. Came with it. It's not my main survival knife, but I figure it has benefits. If nothing else, someone that don't have a knife, I got a knife that I can let them use. Or if I get in a situation where I need to barter, I might be able to barter this knife, which ain't my most important knife, to them if they don't have one, for something I might need at the time. I have this knife right here. I made the holster out of leather. This knife used to be one of them kind of show knives that had like a little tube inside of a fake crappy handle and all that shit. Well, it broke a long time ago and I kept the blade. Well, I took the blade and welded it to a piece of metal and wrapped it in paracord and made me a nice little knife. This thing is actually sturdy enough that it won't break again. It's actually a good knife. Holds a good edge. The blade metal was a great blade. It's just the way they designed the back half, because it was a show knife instead of a usable knife. It actually was kind of junky. But by changing the handle setup, doing what I've done, this thing, anything I want to throw at it, use it for, take a darn log, beat it, hack through a piece of wood, she's down for it. She ain't got no problems. That's my outside knives. I have my hatchet over here. It's a Cobalt hatchet that you buy up at like Ace or whatnot. Just a little hatchet, something simple. I actually need to clean it up where I went camping not too long ago. It was the day before yesterday. Good knife. Good hatchet. I keep it sharp because with a dull hatchet, you're having to use the weight and everything to bust through the wood. By having a sharp one, at least it cuts mostly through the wood. Now, will it keep that edge forever? No. But it does all right. It's got a wooden handle, so it's easy to replace. If something happens, I break this handle, I can replace the handle in the woods with another piece of wood, like oak or something. It works. These bags have these little clip things right here at the bottoms. Pull the straps up. My time's getting a little long. I don't want to run it out too long. So I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to go to part 2 of my bug out bag.